Oh yeah, just another update on my project. I know it's probably been about a month now since any new video has been uploaded, but I've got a backlog of stuff I want to upload. The reason I haven't uploaded any is because I've been trying to work in quite a closed environment. I didn't want to put anything out that I wasn't happy with, or that I thought didn't have enough of a balanced viewpoint, or like enough evidence behind it. You know, I just don't want to upset anybody. But that might be being a bit silly. I'm thinking about it now. I probably should have uploaded like a stream of things, taken on board criticism, whatever. But as it is, I've got a few things that I've made videos of in the past couple of weeks, and I hope they're okay. They're not edited anyway. I'm not going to do any sort of like fancy flashy techniques where you see my name come up on the screen and like links to books or whatever. Because it's not that kind of thing. Although I want to have some sort of online presence on it, this project has mainly been about me. It's quite a selfish project, I'm afraid. In the last few weeks, I've had a few interesting experiences. I've been to Victoria Bravett's house. She's a Methodist minister from Nigeria, and we had a great discussion about theatre and the church and the similarities, and just how commitment works in those things. And there'll be a blog on that. There'll be a video as well, I imagine. I've got one stored up, so I'll just see if that's alright. I might have to remake it, but we'll see. So yeah, went to her house. I've been to another Sunday assembly. That was great. It was completely different to the first time. First time I went over, it was Sanderson Jones who was the leader of it, and he was really energetic. He was rushing around with his big beard, his big glasses, and very tall guy. He was just everywhere. He was very energetic. This time, we had a man leading it who was about 85 and took about 10 seconds to walk to the microphone in silence, which was fine. It was like, it could have been one of those awkward things where he wasn't enthused with it or anything, but actually the atmosphere was great. It was relaxed. There was loads of people there from the last time, and yeah, there'll be another separate video on that. I just want to tell you everything I've done. I've also been to a production of a Kathkali piece of theatre, which is a 17th century Indian almost sign language, which would be like street performances, and in this case it was a sort of adaptation of Snow White, or another version of Snow White. That was very interesting. There wasn't a single word spoken throughout of it. The funny thing was, actually, I was sat behind a group of school kids who all fell asleep in it. I don't know how, because all of the music used in it was drums. It was so loud. It's being produced for street performances normally, and it is a street performance company. They just happened to come along to the Mill Arts Centre in Banbury, which is about the size of a shoebox, and that meant that the noise was just absolutely deafening, but it was good. It was very interesting. Other things, research around my project, what I've been doing. I've been reading Alain de Botton, which is Alain de Botton. I think that's how you pronounce it, but he's basically an English guy anyway. So, but yeah, he wrote a book called Religion for Atheists. I'm now on to The Architecture of Happiness, which is about how certain interior designs can change people's moods, and how architecture can inspire people, that kind of thing. Religion for Atheists, it was a big influence on Sanderson Jones when he was creating the Sunday Assembly, and actually it's very interesting because it takes the format of a church service, and Alain goes through all the positives, negatives, and just tries to think, what in a secular society could you use from a church service to, instruct people in morality, that kind of thing, without bringing God into the equation. So yeah, that was some research I've been doing. Anything else? Oh yeah, I found out my granddad during the 70s, I think, went on a few courses, weekend courses for something called EST. I hadn't heard of it before, but apparently it was a very big thing in the 70s where all sorts of strange things went on. You paid money to go on this course, and he now has developed these special techniques to cure headaches. So like he'll if he gets a headache, he'll disappear out the room for 10 minutes or so. I don't know what he does, some sort of ritual or meditation or something, and the headache clears. Now, you know, whether that's a psychological thing, you know, it doesn't matter, because that's not what I'm interested in. But yeah, the actual sort of cult. I don't want to say cult; it's a bad connotations, but the actual event, the community of people who all believe in a certain thing, or all want to believe in a certain thing, is something I've been interested in, and yeah, there'll be some more content on that as well. As far as assessing the project goes, I've been starting to think, how has it helped me? How has it helped me in terms of theatre? Because you know, a lot of people have asked me, "Oh, what course are you doing? Is it social studies? Is it religious studies? Is it theology?" And I'll say no. I'll say it's theatre, actually, and they go, "Oh, all right. Well, how does this work? How does this relate to theatre?" And actually, they've got a point to a certain extent, because there's certain parts of my project which, you know, I might get really into. I might get really into looking at stained glass windows or something like that, and I'll get enthused with it, and I'll carry on working at it, and then I'll stop myself and I'll think, well, is this relating to theatre anymore? Is it really? You know, and that's where it comes. That's where the videos come in, because I've made a couple of videos which, you know, are just me prattling on about anything really, just something I found interesting, and you know, it's got a place. It'll go up eventually, but in the context of this project, I think I need to maybe mention theatre a little bit more, at least performance, not necessarily theatre. So yeah, I'm going to trawl through all those videos, find out which ones are actually going to be useful, but the others will be published, so you know, yeah, they'll surface one day. Anything else? Well, the project is coming to a close pretty soon. I think everyone else is as well. From what I've seen, everyone's, you know, done some really interesting stuff, and me having barely surfaced from my closed environment, I'm sure, you know, people might be wondering where I am, or not. I don't know, but I think in the coming weeks I'm just going to wrap it up quite slowly. I'm going to do something on Christmas Day, just, you know, to be all, you know, to be relevant to my project, you know, that kind of thing. Close it off on Christmas Day, which is also my 21st birthday on Christmas Day, so you know, that'd be fun, working on my 21st, but it'd be fun. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's got it about covered. Yeah, I'll upload this later on. Everyone can have a look, and possibly tell me off for not actually posting anything in about a month and a half. I don't know. It might not be that long. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. I can feel myself just going off on one. So I'm going to stop now. And yeah, thanks for watching if you enjoyed all of that.